situations and people and moments that, if you don't hold on to them, disappear forever. And once they're gone, they might as well never have existed. That's one reason I'm telling this story, to make them last a little longer. The other reason will explain itself. I turned back to the room. It was one of those Italian prestige hotels filled with corroded grandeur, the most expensive in town. The old man groaned on the blood-wet bed, clutching his left knee. He wasn't even looking at me now, because he knew it made no difference. I settled into a chair, told him we were finished, and watched as the tremors began. He let go of his knee and seized up. His right leg shot out, then the injured one, and that movement made him scream. I didn't react. This man, descending into epileptic spasms, had an unbelievable resilience. He'd survived so much over the last century. He'd been near death so many times, beaten down, but always rising again over 80 years, despite being crippled by the falling sickness. I even felt, briefly, a measure of respect. In comparison, my own life had been soft and simple. But old men die every day. Yes, women, too. And this day was no exception. 20 December 1989, Wednesday. 1. It started 6 days before. Only a week. Gavronukas would later fill in the details I wasn't around to see, and he's checked what I've written to verify it all, at great cost to himself. Despite everything, I stand behind his version of events. The young spy has always been straightforward with me, and if anyone in this new world wants to prosecute him for what he did in the old, he can call on me to speak in his defense. But I don't think he needs my help anymore. He'd been traveling a long time. First, a T-Air flight to Zagreb, where a cramped JAT jumbo jet brought him to JFK Airport. On that long flight, he distracted himself by flirting with the Croat stewardess, who, after bringing him vodka on the sly, told him her name was Rodmila. He gave her the name on the passport he'd switched to after leaving, but before re-entering Zagreb International, and her head popped back. You're kidding. I'm not. That's my father's name. His passport, like all those issued by the Ministry for State Security, was worn and authentic-looking. Lieutenant General Kolev had chosen the name Viktor Lukács, which just happened to be the name of this stewardess's father. With that name, Gavra cleared New York passport control and took a 3 a.m. taxi to LaGuardia. While waiting for a Delta flight to Virginia, he bought a baseball cap emblazoned with the letters N and Y. Though he was nearly 45, this was only Gavra's second time in the United States. It felt loud and foreign to him, but by the time he rented a blue Toyota Tercel in Richmond and was driving westward toward Midlothian, that fish-out-of-water feeling started to fade. He cranked up the heater and yawned into his fist, merging onto the highway. After 27 long hours, he was getting his second wind, but his arms and legs still ached. Sleep, though, would have to wait until he'd made his preparations for the capture of Lubov Shevchenko. The travel and fatigue would have been more bearable had he known why Yuri Kolev insisted he find this Shevchenko. The lieutenant general simply appeared unannounced at his apartment Monday evening with 2 assistants, clutching a lumpy manila envelope. "May we come in?" Of course," said Gavra. Perhaps it was more than luck that they'd shown up just after Gavra's roommate, Karel, had left. Perhaps they'd been waiting in their car. Lieutenant General Yuri Kolev untied the belt of